computer might just catch fire.
I love that. Okay, that is...
Oh, I have to mute myself. Ooh, that's bad.
You have to mute yourself?
Well, I brought up the stream so I can keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
And I heard myself talking, and I
That's fine.
don't like the sound of my own voice.
That's fine. That's fine. But people can hear me, right?
I don't know, can they?
That's a good question. I don't know. Let me see.
Hopefully people in the chat will tell you.
All right, so we're going to do a quick sound check. Let me know if you can hear my voice in chat. Just give me a thumbs up.
I gotta close Photoshop.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was doing a livery for somebody. Okay.
No, that's on the screen.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm just
That's good stuff.
So my broadcast uses
can you
my...
hit the space bar on the iRacing window?
Yeah, I can hit the space bar.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Not sure if anyone can even tell me if they can hear me right now, and I can't hear my own self in the stream. So
You can't hear yourself in the stream?
correct.
I mean, I have audio. Like the bars are...
Really? Yeah, for whatever reason, like...
Can you hear game sound to the stream?
Yeah, let me try again. Yeah, I still can't hear myself on the stream, but let me it could be something on my end. Let me try a couple things.
How about now? Can you hear yourself now?
Testing. Can anyone hear my voice? Switch over to iRacing.
Can anybody hear well?
Yeah, I can't. To be honest, I can't even hear game sound on the stream.
Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you. You're very, very quiet.
Yeah, it's like super quiet.
Okay, so my mic is way too high.
Okay. All right, so, but we're getting there. We're getting there, one step at a time. Okay, now I hear more game sound. Still waiting to see if I can hear my own voice.
Yeah, just keep talking.
Yep, I'm just gonna keep talking, and hopefully nobody explodes.
Just say a bunch of like really horrible racist stuff.
That's not gonna happen, but
I can hear you more now.
Well, that's good. That's good. For whatever reason, I don't know why I can't hear Firefox at all. We're figuring this out in real time. We're figuring this out in real time. Okay. Okay, now I can hear myself. So it was on my end. Okay, now I can
No, it wasn't on your end.
So it was on my end. Okay, now I can hear
my audio.
So it was on my end. It's doing an echo.
That is the worst thing. Holy. Excuse me. Very professional. So for anybody that is tuning in now or is watching this in the future, basically what has happened is Welp was going to stream this, but his bitrate keeps crashing, so the stream keeps going down. So I'm going to stream this through my computer and basically run the camera controls, and Welp is going to commentate most of this. Like, I'll interject a little bit, but this is his baby. He's just... It's like one of those weird puppeteer things where you're controlling my hands type of a thing.
Yes.
If I could just remote you into my computer and just go do something else, that would be great. That would be ideal.
No, we'll come up with another strategy for this in the future, but this will be good enough to get us through today, which is a huge help. So
it's very much a band-aid fix.
Yes, very much a band-aid fix, but also at the same time very helpful. So Thank you for doing this, Chris. Anyway, we got 5 viewers watching. We do have the tail end of qualifying for the LMP3s. The GT4s have already gone through. Retro Coffin has already put it on pole with Adam Willie and Mark Coyne rounding out the top 3. Ethan Hamlet continuing to do what Ethan Hamlet does with a 2-minute .069. But Trevor Jackson, Sakami on Twitch TV, you can go over and check him out right now. In second right now with a 2-minute .882, and then Jaden Ledbetter in third with a 2-minute .9. Let's take a look at the data on my end. Right now, we do have Jaden in the pits. Don't know if he's going to be able to take another shot at it. If he wants to, he's going to have to get out on track pretty quick. We do have the 36 spinning around, and that's Trevor Jackson. Looks like that was in the entry to maybe turn 8. And now we're on board with the 46 of Ethan Hamlet. Again, sitting on pole position right now. Doesn't really have to really push things too much. Trevor Jackson is in the pits. If Trevor wants to take a shot at it, he's going to have to hippity-hop his way back out on track and get an outlap done.
Don't mind me, I'm just downloading the liveries.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
There we go.
But yeah, so we are live here, round 2, Road America. I do have some modified point totals for this race. We do have 110 points for silver and 110 points for silver and 120 points for bronze. So the point values have been adjusted. There is still going to be a competition yellow. They're going to do another shot at it this week. And hopefully we have a smoother experience with that. But yeah, Road America, fan favorite of most sports car fans out there, especially in America. Really punishing circuit in terms of track limits. So it's going to be interesting to see how the drivers take to it, especially when we start mixing together the classes. We have 8, looks like, I think I see 8 LMP3s, and that would be 5 GT4s for this week. We do have some folks that weren't able to make it. I do know some folks had some family that were out sick, but not family, but friends that were out sick. So hopefully we'll get some more people in next week or next time for round 3. Got 28 minutes 40 on the clock, so less than 2 minutes before qualifying's done and dusted. Ethan Hamlet's in the pits. He's going to sit on that 2-minute .07. Just continuing to find time on track. The man just can't be stopped. Hope everybody's doing okay. If you can hear me and the sound levels are okay in chat, just give me a thumbs up. So GN is green sectors 2 and 3. It does have some improvements over the lap. He's still going to have to find some more pace. Joseph German, how are you doing, sir? Thank you very much for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Wanted to give everybody an update from a few of the people that we talked to relative to the teams. Retro Coffin. The Coral Cove team reports that the lead driver team owner, Retro Coffin, has found a stash of whiskey several hours prior to race start. And they're currently working on sobering him up while he, quote, "It's fine, I'll just send it a little bit less," as his assistant has been attempting to feed him coffee. So. Time's up. Flying laps are going to count. So the 774 Finicini out on track with a 203.27. Going to try and see if he can improve that. See if he can leapfrog maybe Brandon Pfeiffer. If he can find a few seconds. Anthony Anderson did sneak his way into second with a 2-minute .768. But still 7/10 off of Ethan Hamlet. So that is Gonna have to find that pace somewhere on track, or hope that the tire degradation on track is going to keep Ethan Hamlin from just running off. I think the 166 of Joseph Kronk has gone off track, so he's done. And there goes Ethan Hamlet. He's going to jettison back to the pits. And it looks like that's going to be qualifying. So we're going to switch over into that warm-up phase before we hit the grid. Let's see if we can... Well, I'll wait until the results pop up, and then I'll pull up the grid. Take an opportunity. Share the race information for the Sports Car Series Round 2, brought to you by Track Limits Racing here at Elkhart Lake. Road America. 26 degrees ambient temperature with 74% humidity and partly cloudy skies. LMP3s are limited to 68% of fuel tank, and GT4s are limited to 60%. Looks like the driver's briefing might actually be triggering right now, which is a good deal. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Chris Turner stepping up and helping us get the issue sorted out. I think that's true. I had the stream muted so I couldn't hear myself, but I think that's true. Hmm. Gotcha. Yeah. Got That's okay. Thank you, Chris, for doing this. Really appreciate it. We got 2 viewers tuned in to the show. Like, just the level of testing and the level of lack of success of trying to get the stream up and running over the past 2 days has probably soured a few people on the channel. But I hope that's not the case, and I hope you'll tell your friends all about us and have them tune in for some sports car racing action with a community that's trying to get their feet off the ground and get involved in some iRacing shenanigans. We did the LMP3 series with New World Sim Racing last season. I got to call that when I was still living in Virginia, and I had a blast doing that. But that was also literally my first series running a broadcast for iRacing, and also my first season working with SDK, which was a lot of fun. Drivers still in briefing, waiting for them to finish up. And then once we have qualifying results, and speak of the devil, there they are. So let's go ahead and pull those up. So the qualifying results, Ethan Hamlin, again, the 2-minute .069, just an absolute banger of a lap. Anthony Anderson in number 16 for Coral Cove, .699 off the pace. And then we've got Trevor Jackson in third, .812 off. So those are your top 3 in the LMP3 class. GT4, team owner of Coral Cove, and got pumped with enough coffee to get the Coral Cove 395 on pole position for GT4. That's Retro Coffin. Adam Willie, also Coral Cove in the 29, finishing second in qualifying, and then Mark Coyne bringing up third. Should be a good race. Road America tends to deliver. So, big shout out to everyone who's followed. Muff, it's good seeing you, man. I hope everything's going good. I hope the Crazy Rabbits Racing guys that are doing the 12 hours of Nürburgring with SRA, Tracklicious, and Box 3 are having a blast and a good race because I knew they were inside the top 5 when I left the stream, and they're running the Lexus, so really, really pulling for them. So waiting for the grid to pop. Let's go ahead and actually, can I pull up to let's see. So if I look at the grid now, it doesn't show me anything because we haven't actually gone into the race session yet, which is fine. So, let's pull that for now. I'm going to shut off the driver details because it is focusing on what I'm looking at as opposed to what the stream is. Retro, how are you doing, sir? Seems the coffee is working wonders. Managed to put it on poll. Congratulations. Let's see if I can I actually see the quality results by class? See if we can do it by class set. Yeah, it does not really want to. Oh, overall. There's an overall button and the class button. Let's see if that does anything. Nope, still doesn't do anything. Class 2? No? No. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, that's the grid. I'm not paying attention. More whiskey. The man is possessed. Stream quality looks good. Well, you can thank Chris Turner for that one. The World Sim Racing's very own. Stepping in to help out. And it's kind of cool that we were able to get the overlays to just like pop straight in over onto his obs. All I did was just send him the URL, which, by the way, I should post the live timing URL if anybody wants to follow along at home. If you're into that sort of thing. Here is the SDK live timing. You should be able to see what I see with that URL. We're waiting for the warm-up phase to end, and then we will go to the grid for the start of this race. I think the only person doing warm-up laps right now is Adam Willey. Just getting as much track time as possible before he gets out on track. Actually, I think we did end up losing one person. I think Telker could actually make it. He was having internet issues. Just whiskey cup distance. That's funny. All right, so there's the quality results again. Looks like the race is gridding. Let's go ahead and hit the grid button and see if it shows up. Hey, and there we go, Ethan Hamlet and Anthony Anderson, front row of the grid for round 2 of the Sports Car Series here at Road America. followed by Jaden Ledbetter. Trevor Jackson and Jaden Ledbetter on row 2. Yes, Chris Turner stepped up, GN. He's running the stream on his end, and I'm piping the overlays in over the internet. So internet good enough for overlays, not good enough for stream. That's what we've learned today. Gian Cardoso and Brandon Pfeiffer on row 3, with Fennicini and Joseph Kronk bringing up row 4, and that rounds out the LMP3 category. Retro Coffin and Adam Willey for a Coral Cove lockout on the front, followed by Mark Coyne and Joseph German. I believe I can cycle through and see the others. Let's see if that shows up. There we go. Yeah, Larry Fulcher, and I believe Telker is not able to join us because of an internet issue. So I'm not sure if it is still focused on most exciting for the start of the race, Chris, because it cycled over to the formation lap bit, but that will be. Thank you, sir. And here we go. We're already going green. We're underway. LMP3s are moving down the start-finish straightaway, and we're getting ready to go into turn 1. Ethan Hamlet already holding strong. Brandon Pfeiffer starting from the pits, it looks like, or had some sort of issue. GT4s are starting their lap now. Retro Coffin, Adam Willey side by side. Now Retro Coffin out in front. The LMP3s are doing their thing. Wow, we've got some real side-by-side action between the Coral Cove guys. Adam Willey pulling a fast one on Retro Coffin. And it looks like Joseph German right behind, trying to find his way around Retro Coffin. And then there's Mark Coyne in the lone AMG in the field. No, not the lone AMG. I forgot Fulcher was bringing the AMG as well. GT4s are keeping it real close. LMP3s, however, field's starting to spread out already as they go through the carousel now. Some door banging between Retro Coffin and Joseph German. Retro Coffin really on the back foot after the race start. Maybe the whiskey is talking. Maybe the whiskey is talking, and it's and that version of race control is not really that version of engineering is not really helping him out right now. So Jaden Ledbetter going through the final chicane section before he's going to hit turn 13, and we're going to finish out our first lap here. Yep, back in, stepped out on Sakame. Gonna have to find his way back on track. He's got a little bit of time before the GT4 category catches back up. Plug back in. Looks like we're taking a look at Retro Coffin. Let me get the driver details moved away so we can see. Or actually, what I can do is I can move this window over here. All right. It's like Anthony Anderson's trying to catch back up. Gap's down to about half second. The draft in the LMP3 cars is strong. Actually, it's kind of weird. It's strong enough to keep you close, but it is not really good at assisting you with a pass. It is kind of like you need the draft and you need the driver in front to really mess up the exit. It's a tough one. Retro Coffin to the back of the field. He's going to hopefully try and get reset, get back out on track, and get the 395 back towards the front where he's going to want that. Mark Coyne doing a good job holding off Joseph German right now as they go into turn 5 at the hairpin. really making waves. So Mark Coyne right now, we got a half second to Joseph German. Larry Fulcher not too far in the background, could still benefit from these two scrapping. So after the spin, Trevor Jackson in the 36, now down to P6, but still out in front of Joseph Conk and Brandon Pfeiffer. And right now, the gap to him is about, I want to say 6 seconds to Fennicini, about 5.8. So he's got a little bit of, he's going to have to do some work to get to catch back up to Fennicini. But man, Ethan Hamlet, a 2-minute .93. Got teammates here. Track Limits Racing Sandbaggers, Gian Cardoso all over the gearbox. Mr. Jaden Ledbetter to get ready to go through Corvette. And yeah. Yeah, I am seeing that 0.6 between Gian and Jaden in favor of Gian right now. So Gian's kind of got the pace in hand. We're going to see some team orders from Track Limits Racing. Ethan Hamlet, the third Track Limits car, is just kind of off in the distance. Pulling a 2-second gap now, about 2.16 on Anthony Anderson. Coral Cove in 3. And in the GT4 field, Gian's having a bit scuffing this lap. Going to have to get back up to speed quickly because Fennicini's in the background. So Adam Willey right now in the 29 for Coral Cove, in the lead right now of GT4 category and holding a pretty sizable gap, 3.5 on Mark Coyne. It is we missed the pass for P3. Gian Cardoso does find his way around Jaden Ledbetter. No replays in this stream today, folks, because I don't know how I could pipe the replay over to Chris. That's okay. That's okay. The thing that I do enjoy about this, and you guys can hear me talking to Chris, but you can't hear Chris. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I promise I'm not crazy. The cool thing about SDK is that when you have two people that are using it, you can actually set one person to a broadcast control, and then you pass the room link to the person who is watching along. And then the person who's doing broadcast control can change things in their interface, and it manipulates the interface on the person who's watching. So everything down from their overlays to the replays, all of it just follows along, which is kind of cool. But if you end up like looking at SDK or anything, just tell them that I sent you. I get a commission. No, it's not true. It would be cool if it was true, but it's not true. It's very much not true. Yes, I'm a shill. That's right. That's right. I'm going to start making some gloves. I'll put those up for sale. Keep an eye out for my merch store. Be sure and click like, subscribe on this video, and ring that bell. So yeah, Ethan Hamlet last lap. Yeah, that was a little too close for comfort. A little bit of a Code Brown moment. Just real quick, best lap right now of the race, a 2-minute .88. Ethan Hamlet, again, just managing to find pace. They're bump drafting each other? Is that what's happening here? This is pretty hilarious. I love it. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. 6 viewers in chat tuned in to watch round 2 of the Sports Car Series here at Road America. Thank you so much for being a part of the show and watching these mad lads drive around Elkhart Lake and one of the iconic American closed road circuits. So looks like everything on the internet technical side is working fabulously, coming to you from uh, Oklahoma. Yep, that Oklahoma internet clearly better than that Arkansas internet. That's what we found out today, folks. Found out today. If you want the good stuff, you got to go one state over. But so yeah, let's take a look at some more of this data here real quick. It does look like the gap now is almost at 5 seconds between Ethan Hamlin and Anthony Anderson. Ethan is flying away at the moment. Absolutely somewhere else right now. Let's see. Turn on ghost chat so that I can see people's chat. At least I hope so. Post that timing URL. Yeah, cool. Oh, dude, my ghost chat is updated, and the default font that it picked, Comic Sans. Good job, guys. Oh, that's hilarious. Are you serious? Font size small. That's crazy. That is actually crazy right now. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. It is so hard to follow in the draft. Yeah. So but at the same time, I mean, he's still is technically 8 seconds behind Kronk. So it's going to be a recovery for Pfeiffer after starting from the pit lane. We're going to have to talk to the FIA about that. It is tough in the LMP3. Car really wants to understeer, and when you try to push the braking too hard, you usually end up blocking up the rears and end up spinning around like we saw with Sakame into turn 13. But yeah, Ethan through the GT4 traffic now clears Mark Coyne with ease as he gets ready to go into Canada Corner, I believe. Oh no, turn 5, going in the hairpin. My dog is flipping out in the background. Many apologies about that. He's actually a really good dog. He also just gets a little anxious sometimes. We all get a little anxious sometimes. That's okay. Well, that's good. It means that the padding that I have put on this cell works adequately. Yep. Adam Willey navigating through the carousel. Ethan Hamlin finds his way around. Just taking a look at that lead now. Adam Willey stretching it out on Mark Coyne to the tune of 5.5 seconds now. Joseph German losing ground to Mark Coyne. Now that's down to about 2.6. We've got 13 minutes on the clock already in the books. So is the 90-minute flavor. Yep. Track limits sandbagger number 7. I'm pretty sure Jaden's about to catch him in turn 13. Is he going to send it up the inside? I mean, he's been overshooting the corner. That's kind of dangerous for him, but he does find a way to keep it on the black stuff this time. And away he goes through the GT4 field. Oh, Retro is... Here's the thing. I think we are seeing a little bit of the delayed release of the whiskey into the liver area right now, because putting it on pole with the 218 was very impressive. But man, he has, he has a very a used VW Beetle at this point. That is a battle-scarred Porsche if I've ever seen one. Pfeiffer's now 1.7 away from Joseph Kronk Jr. in the 22. Pfeiffer. Yep. 201, he's finding pace. Brandon Pfeiffer is starting to find pace around this track in the other Coral Cove LMP3. Moves to the outside of Kronk. Kronk, I think, is just going to let him go. Kronk's like, that's not my fight. And into turn 8 we go on the setup for the carousel. Now he's got to navigate his way around Fulcher, who's about 14.9 back from Joseph German. Competition Yellows still has an opportunity to fly here, and that'll see the field get equalized a little bit in terms of gaps. Yeah, we're gonna see when they come across the line. It looks like Jaden might have taken a joker lap through the grass. Last lap was a 2:04.8. Finicini was a 2:02.89. Quality of the stream looks fabulous, Chris. This is wonderful. It's top-notch stuff. Ethan Hamlet manages to find another 0.3 somewhere to put the fastest lap at a 2:08.58. Ethan Hamlet's just driving away. It's now almost 9 seconds, and we're not even at the competition yellow yet. Last lap from Anthony Anderson was 2:01.51, which is a fast lap for the LMP3. It is also just not a 2:08.58. It is, it's tough out there. What can you say? Trevor Jackson now 3 seconds, 3.4 back from Finicini. Kame on Twitch TV, probably streaming this race right now if you want to go check it out. Is that a Weeb livery? Fantastic! I love it. That is. I'm very happy to see people who also like to watch cartoons because anime is cartoons. So you can't get the weeb on it. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're good. We're good. Yeah. All right, just looking through the data right now. Only one person has been in the pits right now and started from the pits. That was, although actually it looks like Larry Fulcher might have just dipped out of the race. He's in the pits. The counter, well, maybe not. The counter's going up. He's just marked as gray. I don't know if that means he's disconnected. Actually, disconnect in the chat. It could be that he had a bit of a moment. It was a 2:21.19 last lap for him. So Richard Call. Yeah, his car is definitely taking some hits. Larry Fulcher joining us for the first time in the Sports Car Series, having a bit of a rough start to his campaign, but we hope to see him in the next round because it's always fun to have good. It's always fun to have new people join in. That is a good question. I'm not sure if the fast repair is switched on, but if not, he might want to hit that check button and get that fast repair and go. Oh, and he is manually disconnected. That is unfortunate. Larry Fulcher. Hope to see you in the next one, man. It's tough out there, but at the same time, too, there's still plenty of good racing this season to be a part of. Tuned in right now with Sakame, chasing down Fennicini. Gap's now down to about, oh, no. Yeah, he touched it. He touched the grass, and that was so crazy. Did you see how the car bottomed out on the back end and the front right was just sticking up in the air? That was... Now watch this. He touches the grass, and then the car spins around. Now watch as he starts to get traction to come back out. The front end just pops up. That is, I mean, that is some straight up Looney Tunes, like running in place kind of effect that you get from cartoons. But so Sakame, that replay button works fantastic. And now we've got, who is this? Gian Cardoso. Oh, he's Anthony must have had a moment. 2:05.83 last lap for Anthony. That seems like something must happen. Gian's having a moment. Kind of curious what's happening here. Looks like these two guys are limping around the track. I wonder if the tires are just cooked already. We are dealing with some track temperatures in the realm of, let's see if we can get that weather pulled up real fast. See if this works or not. Does that show up in the stream? Let's find out. Look at that. It's so small I can't read it. Let me see if I can. Okay. Yeah, 26 degrees ambient temperature with a 43 degrees C on track with partly cloudy skies. That's warm. That is very warm for a partly cloudy track. It is 77% humidity, so that is a spicy meatball of a setup that we're dealing with here. That is something. It is cool how we've got all these lovely little overlays that are just working. And that's very nice. So we got, who is this? It's Gian, again, starting to try to catch back up. Let's see if we can get the good old time delta. Yeah. The fact that I can control it on my end and pipe it through to you is great. The thing that would be awesome is if I could actually like point the camera or switch it or even trigger replays. But, you know, we got a lot of good stuff out of this one. So just taking a look real quick at that battle box. Not much of a battle for Ethan Hamlet right now. Ethan Hamlet is driving off. But Gian Cardoso staying within a second and a half of Anthony Anderson and still pulling away from Jaden Ledbetter. Although Jaden looks like he just gained a little bit in the previous sector. 2:01.46 last lap for Jaden. A 1:59.96 from Ethan Hamlet, ladies and gentlemen. This man's driving through space and time at this point. Somebody needs to bop Ethan Hamlet. Bop Ethan. What you guys didn't realize, he's driving LMP 3.1, whereas everybody else is on the LMP 3 platform. Still waiting to see when that competition caution is going to fly. We are tuned in with Mark Coyne right now. That's fine. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that is probably an off track too. That is a very, very wide corner entry. And there goes Anthony Anderson's finding pace now. 201.02. Interval's about 18 seconds. That seems far to recover. It's still a 201.02. Anthony Anderson still. Oh, that is that is a tough one. But still, Anthony Anderson's just showing up for round 2 and showing what he can do in the Coral Cove. And I mean, he's racing fast. Like 201.02 is, that's a good time. It's just not a minute 59.966 or 965. Like, yeah, that's tough. That's really tough. Just looking at the intervals right now. Let's see if we can get some more interval action. What do we got? Field is spreading out a little bit. Closest car to someone else right now is Jaden Ledbetter. He's catching back up to Gian Cardoso. Last lap from Jaden was a 201.286. He's finding his pace finally. Gian Cardoso with a 203.029. We got 14 laps in the books as we get close to the 27-minute mark. Here for 90 minutes of Road America for round 2 of the Sports Car Series, brought to you by Track Limits Racing. If you're at home, you're watching, you like multi-class racing, you like iRacing, you like the LMP3, you like the GT4, you like the circuits that are on the schedule, you should definitely check it out. Exclamation point SimGrid should work in chat. Let's see if that happens right now. Heyo, look at that. I did a thing, and it worked. No bit rate required for that, by the way. That's something that Arkansas Internet can do. Exclamation point SimGrid in chat. It's a bit rate. Yeah. No bit rate required for this league. Like if you're like, if you happen to be from Arkansas and have absolute garbage internet, you too can participate in the sports car series. You just can't stream it. Gian catching up to the Coral Cove Porsche. Ooh, retro, little off track. Whoa, what are these lines, my dude? Yeah, whiskey powered. You think that steering could be whiskey powered? So it's why not both? Are you saying it's a why not both scenario? It's like a shot of whiskey makes up for 5% off center. It's just which side, right or left? Who knows? 5%. That's it. That's all you know. Jaden Ledbetter last lap at 2:09.12. So Jaden able to run at pretty comparable pace to Anthony Anderson. I think if Jaden can really button down on it and run into the competition yellow phase, he might be able to give Anthony Anderson a run for his money. as we close in on the first half hour of this race. Ethan Hamlet, just in another world, in another universe, 20 seconds in the wind. That is, that's pretty quick. We're a half hour into the race, and he's 20 seconds into the wind, 20 minutes, 20 seconds into the wind, 20 minutes. He flapped the field like what? What would that be like? At least like 17 times, 16 times. Oh, never mind. Yeah. It's almost 10 laps. So more like 8 laps, maybe 7 laps, because it's 2 minutes and change. Yeah, he can do a sub 2 minutes, but he's done a few 201s and a few 202s. So it's not quite just 2 minute even on the average. But still, that would be 10 laps, and that would be bonkers. Be absolute nuts. Yep, just cruising along right now. Yep. Jaden's going to have to find his way around Joseph German as he's trying to catch Ian Cardoso. Gap's now under a second. They get ready to go into Canada corner. Gian on the brakes. Here goes Jaden into the corner. Is he going to overshoot? Nope. He keeps it on the black stuff this time as he's getting ready to go into the S's. Sector 3 has not really been Jaden's friend this go-round. Under braking into turn 13. Everything seemed to be okay. Now here he goes. And start-finish straight away. And there's the competition yellow. So now the car is going to stack up. It does look like Ethan Hamlet has already caught safety car. Ethan Hamlet has already caught the safety car. And now here come the waiver rounds. Here come the waiver rounds. I can actually see it this time, so I can tell you guys what's going on. So Adam Willie, Mark Coyne, Joseph German, and Retro Coffin are going to get the waiver round on the pace car. That they can stack up behind the LMP3s. So they are free to basically pedal to the metal, try and get around and stack up on the LMP3 field. Actually, I'm kind of curious. So relative to the field, like if Ethan had already split the GT4 field another time, does that mean they'll need another waiver round? Not sure. Yeah, because they'll stack up relative to the GT. As long as GT4s stack up behind LMP3s relative to one another, they're fine. I think that's right. Yes, I could be a race engine. I could be race control for F1. For the FIA, I could be race control. I could be your Michael Massey. I could tell Toto it's a motor race. I can even try and do the voice. Toto, it's a motor race. And then everybody can laugh at my really bad Australian impression. Oh no, Retro. Oh my God. Retro is just. Oh man. I wonder how many people just had a heart attack with a Porsche just zipping through the LMP3 field like that. Oh man. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, chat, for laughing that hard. It's just funny. There's no two bones about it. So yeah, Adam Willie right now getting ready to go into turn 5. It's still a little bit of time before the rest of the field's going to stack up. But yeah, it looks like everything is set. Looks like the LMP3 field is filtering into the pits, Which I think now that I think about it, that's probably the way to go about doing it, right? Like you let the lead class, once the trailing class gets through, go ahead and let the lead class clear the pit lane so they can go through and serve their pits if they're going to do it for the competition in yellow. And then the GT4 field can just continue to try to catch back up to the safety car. And the pits will be open for them. So they can immediately dive into the pits and solve their required pit stops or whatever that they're going to do for their strategy. And then from there, everybody should come out in field order relative to their class. But of course, people are going to be jumping each other during the pit stops because the pits right now are fair game. Like once they hit the control lines, field freezes. So it's going to be down to who can really take advantage of the pit stop. And I'm looking at the timers right now. Yeah, Ethan's already out. Yep. Here goes Adam Willie's now traveling down pit lane. I'm sure we're going to see Mark Coyne here in about 20 seconds. No, Mark Coyne's AMG is I'm not sure. Yeah, I think Mark Coyne might have broke his car. Yeah, he's gonna go to the pits. Hopefully that won't be a huge tow. Yeah, that might have been what happened there. So now, and yep, now he's back in the pits. So the tow should already be done. He should be getting. Well, no, that doesn't necessarily mean the tow's done. We'll see when he goes up on the jacks that the tow's finished. So Adam Willie getting required service. Yeah, fast repair being checked right now would be a pretty OP move if it is available this round. And here comes Retro Coffin with the Coral Cove Porsche down pit lane. Hopefully he's not speeding. Yeah, Adam's leaving, so it's really down to Joseph German now. Yep. I'm kind of curious if some people switched off the fast repair. I wonder if it's Retro just revving his motor right now. So yeah, we're extending the competition caution by 1. So now it's 3 laps to green. And really pulling for Mark Coyne to be able to get out of here soon. The LMP3 field is about to go through the S's now. I just really hope he doesn't get stuck behind the safety car gaggle again. But he's sitting on 2 minutes inside the pit lane. So it's not looking good. They're just now getting to turn 13. Yeah, I'm kind of curious what that's all about. Did Jaden forget to do something? Did Jaden does not have enough off tracks to really justify getting nailed with a drive-through. Yeah, that's true. He could not do a drive-through in yellow. And there goes Coyne's moving. Hopefully Coyne's going to get the wave around again, because he's gonna be in the LMP3 field now. And the GT4s are all getting marked for wave around.
Why are we doing another wave around?
Which is going to be interesting because it's going to be tough for them to get to the wave around before the end of this lap. I mean, Retro Coffin's just now going through Canada corner, and Mark Coyne's not even at turn 5.
What was that, Gene?
Jaden says he's got big brain fuel strats.
So are we doing another wave round or what?
I cannot.
You guys just hold tight, let Mark go by. You'll get a penalty and I'll clear it.
I cannot hear the voice chat game. I usually have that switched off. Oh, all right. Oh, go for it. Yeah, if you want to switch it off, that's fine. Like if people see if people, yeah. Just want to remind everybody that this is how the sausage is made. So you're getting firsthand experience. If you want to ever learn how to broadcast iRacing events, it's christurner@gmail.com. And here we go. Yeah, it's I wonder if people have been talking this whole time. Yeah. That's not good. What is Retro doing? Retro buddy. Let's get the. I think that's probably what it is. The German's gone in the pits again. German's gone in the pits again. I think with us extending into the 41-minute mark, that is probably what's factoring into the strategy now. Now the question is, does Retro have another wave around? Because he is moving like he's got another wave around. No, he's slowing down. Or is he? We're about to find out. Yeah, it's going to be fun. But, yeah, I think if Jaden's going to do anything, he's going to. I wonder if he's going to send the safety car in after this lap. So with things extending the way they are, so we're going to be probably at 44, 45 minutes into the race before the green flag drops. Which actually, when I think about it, with a lap this long around Road America. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. That kind of makes sense that we would be past the 45-minute mark for them to go racing again. That makes sense. And 6 people in chat hanging out with us. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Really appreciate it. You're watching round 2 of the Sports Car Series here at Road America. We've got multi-class racing in the LMP3 and GT4 categories this season. So if you want to be a part of the show, !SimGrid in chat, !Discord if you want to be a part of the community. It's cool. I mean, just a group of just some casuals having some fun multi-class racing action. Yeah, it's a good thing to be a part of. And thanks to Chris Turner from New World Sim Racing for running the stream for us this week after I've been having internet troubles. I think the stream looks magnificent coming to you live from Oklahoma with overlays coming to you live from broken Arkansas internet. So we found a way to bubblegum and duct tape this show together for you, and we're glad. Yes. Yeah, we found a way. Life finds a way. So Mark Coyne now hitting Corvette. So Mark Coyne's going to be brought back into the show after losing his front end during the competition yellow, which is good for him. He's going to slot in right behind Joseph German. And I think the field is set now. So when we hit that 45 or 46 minute mark, when they come across the start-finish straightaway, I think the pace car should be... Yeah, lights are out on the pace car. We're going to go here in a minute. There are so many messages in chat about black flags. Like, holy cow. But yeah. It would be very interesting if iRacing would just let you control the safety car and cut all the penalty nonsense out. Like that would just be if iRacing, if Mr. West is listening, which he's not, and if he was listening, he'd probably just give me $5 to shut up. Just give us control of the pace car. Screw the penalties. Thanks. Yep. It's kind of silly. Again, all we need is control of the pace car, please. Like we can police ourselves. We're adults, some of us. So here we go, 2x2 formation. Adam Woolley is holding the field in GT4, which makes sense as they're going to get ready to go in here in a minute. 45 minutes, 40 seconds as they round turn 13 down the start-finish straightaway. Pace car's in, and now Ethan Hamlet's going to control the field as he approaches the start-finish line. And
green flag.
They crest the hill, and away we go. Ethan Hamlet already trying to break the draft from Anthony Anderson as they're headed down towards turn number 1. See Gian Cardoso in the background. This was bringing Finicini and Trevor Jackson back into the battle as well. Sakame on Twitch TV getting set up for turn 3. And Jaden Ledbetter finds his way around Joseph Kronk. Excellent. Yep, we got a drag race down to turn 5. Trevor Jackson and is that Gian Cardoso getting lined up? Oh, Finicini. Gotcha. He backed out of it, and Sakame's going to get it done in turn 5. Finicini off track. Going to have to find his way back on track before Corvette. And now Sakame can see Gian Cardoso in the distance. The GT4 field, Adam Woolley does get a good start, but Retro Coffin now already looking like he's going to make a move, getting ready to go into turn 5. Under braking. Is Retro Coffin's car fixed? Has the whiskey been processed out of his system? Is there enough coffee in his bloodstream? These are the questions. Joseph German moving around the outside, trying to find his way through turn 7. Not going to do it. Now on the blast downhill towards turn 8. The GT4s are getting spicy. Trevor Jackson does find his way around. Nope, not around Gian Cardoso. They're going into Canada corner together. Gian Cardoso with the inside line. He's going to stay out in front. And now we're going through the S's. We'll line up for turn 13. Are the tires up to temperature? Are we going to see a rear lockup? No, it does not look like that's the case this time, as Sakame is going to stay stuck in on the slipstream. Jaden Ledbetter in the background now, 1.2 seconds behind. We got ourselves a nice little spicy restart. Already in the 2-minute point 3 for Ethan Hamlet on that last lap, so he's just going to blast off into the stratosphere. Everybody else racing for second place in the LMP3 category, and Sakame is making it spicy. Would you be so kind, Chris, as to give us a little bit of an onboard from Sakame's position right now? I think that would be good. Although he's actually getting ready to execute the pass. Might be good to just hang here for a little bit. Gets a little bit of pressure and the squeeze. Is he going to try and make the move on the inside? Yep, Gian feeling the pressure. the Corvette. LMP3 cars really susceptible to rear locking and being unsettled. And with a track like Road America, the limits are really known for punishing you in these circumstances. Into turn 8, slots in. Yep. Definite difference in, yep, but now he's getting a little bit of aero wash as they go through carousel. He's just got to try and focus on his exit as he gets ready to go through the kink. Gian's in front. He's going to have to back out of it a little bit. Has he got enough of the slipstream this time to be able to make a move into Canada corner? Gian on the inside line, under braking. Is he going to get him on the switchback? No, it doesn't look like it. Jaden is just licking his chops. He's in the background now. It's about 0.5, 0.4 between them right now. Gian. Oh, that is unfortunate. That is a front end gone for one of the cars. I think that might be Gian's car that's got the front end missing. Trevor Jackson back out on track. Is his steering broke? No, I think he's just on the grass. No, his steering might be broken. Yeah, Gian's missing a front end. Let's see what happened here. So turn 13, a lot of draft here. And in the chopper cam, look at this, man. Oh, no, Gian. Oh. And then look at the net code, front end flying off. Oh, what? Come on now. But that is just unfortunate. That's wrong place, wrong time, wrong outcome for both drivers involved. So Gian just losing the back end in turn 13. Once that happened, Sakami didn't really have a shot at finding his way around it. So Finn, GT4s are still beating each other up right now. Retro Coffin's trying to hold off Joseph German in the Track Limits Racing Cayman. Watching these guys shuffle these Porsches through turn 1. Man, Sakami's already caught Kronk. He's already around Kronk, and now he's headed towards Fettuccini and shaving tenths of a second pretty much per corner. This is wild, man. Yeah, it is unfortunate set of circumstances for Trevor Jackson, but he's staying with it. He's now under 5 seconds to Fettuccini. Is closing that gap down quickly. Joseph German, however, in the Track Limits Racing Sandbaggers number 7, hanging onto the back of the 395 Coral Code machine, chasing down the team owner, Mr. Retro Coffin, and Mark Coyne getting a second shot at life. Yeah, this is, there is still all to play for in the GT4 category. This is, to be honest, in terms of how these cars are sliding on track, this is the class to watch here. They are pushing each other, and the slip that you're seeing from these cars on mid-corner exit, it's making me clench a little. So we got 53 minutes on the clock, done and dusted in this 90-minute race here at Road America for round 2 of the Sports Car Series. Whelp Cakes with a big assist from none other than Turner from New World Sim Racing, who's running the show on the back end as we get to watch this wonderful multi-class racing action. Joseph German on board right now, seeing if he can close in as he gets into turn 1. Oh man, he almost lost it. He almost lost it. He might have left something behind. He might have pooed a little. Yeah, that is and again, just a little bit of bounce issues on mid-corner corner exit for Joseph German. But he's keeping it together, and yeah, we're still going in the right direction, and he's still got a shot. This is awesome stuff. Awesome stuff right now. Gap between Trevor Jackson and Fennicini right now, 2.7 seconds. Taking a look at the rest of the field, Gian Cardoso under 2 seconds to Brandon Pfeiffer. Last lap from Pfeiffer was a 2:01.768. Last lap was a 2:02.387 without the front end. I do actually believe that the LMP3 does have less drag with the front end off. I'm kind of confused about it myself, but we're gonna keep our eye on Gian Cardoso in the surgically modified Track Limits Racing Sandbagger LMP3. It is cool that you get to see all the suspension parts and other stuff at work here. And then also, when you take a look at it, the driver is so close to the front of the car. Yep. It is going to be a bit of a spread out here. Pretty typical for a race around Road America. Yeah, I think Retro either has a fixed car or has sobered up a little bit, because he is starting to finally catch. This is good stuff. This is good racing here in the GT4. Yeah, he's got to get that front end fixed. That's a given. So let's see. Oh, he seems to be sitting stationary. Yeah, so with 56 minutes in the book, 57 minutes now. We got 33 minutes left in this race here at Road America. Trevor Jackson now 1.8 seconds from Fennicini. That is the closest non-GT4 action going on. Retro Coffin a half second from Adam Willey, and is catching a 2:17.41 for Retro Coffin last lap, 2:17.65 for Adam Willey. So the Coral Cove Porsches are about to have an encounter. The thing is, team owners chasing down team member. So I'm curious. Yeah, Retro's team owner, and Adam Woolley is team member. But so in terms of the point totals, they are scored together. So Adam is going to get 110% of his points payout, whereas Retro Coffin as a gold driver is going to get 100%. So it is. Oh, but that was decided for us. Yep, we just cursed Retro, unfortunately. The man's not going to speak to me ever again. He's going to strangle me to. He's going to. That's a good question. I'm pretty sure he's going to strangle us both to death with his mullet. He's just going to take the hair from the back of his neck and just like wring our necks with it. Can you just imagine that? Just visualize that for a moment. Somebody trying to strangle someone to death with a mullet. Well, no, it's one of those things like what is it, Lovecraftian, like cosmic horror kind of thing. Like if you can think about it, it's happened. Yeah. So, and now Trevor Jackson catching Fennicini, 7/10. Trevor Jackson has had some bad luck and some bad moments on track here at Road America, but has stuck with it. Sakame on Twitch TV. If you are a fan at all of sim racing and you like watching drivers with good personalities, you need to check out his stream right now. Go follow him. He's a good dude. Pretty sure we'll have some other good personalities. Like you can go follow Retro Coffin right now on Twitch TV. You can go watch the Coral Cove team owner right now, who might be a little bit lit on spirits. So that might actually be very entertaining to watch as well. Sakame into Canada corner, keeping it together, starting to put the pressure on Fennicini as they get ready to go into the S's. Now, here's the thing. Is he going to get on the gearbox like he did with Gian Cardoso, or is he going to leave himself some space in case the pressure starts to put Fennicini in a situation where he might lose the car? He does have the slipstream as they head down the start-finish straightaway. Pace difference is much different now between Trevor Jackson and Fennicini in comparison to Trevor and Gian. So they both keep touching the grass. I'm thinking that you guys are about to hit the brakes, and those cars are just going to loop. Plus, also, you're just getting garbage all over your tires. Now, down to turn 3, and they do have a GT4. I believe that is the Coral Cove Porsche of Retro Coffin. And Fennicini's off track. Sakame moves over to the inside and gets the pass done. Now he's got to try and clear the Coral Cove Porsche, both him and Fennicini, before they get down to turn 5 at the hairpin. I think they're going to get it done. I think they're going to get it done. 7 people in chat hanging out. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, that was a moment for Fennicini. Yeah, Fennicini is definitely gonna need new pants. Definitely gonna be a new pants in the budget for Coral Cove next week. Mark Coyne holding 9/10 on Joseph German, holding that 3rd spot on the podium right now. Let's talk about Mark Coyne for a minute. This man lost his front end during the competition yellow. We still don't know what happened. That might be one for the discussion in the Discord chat, which you can be a part of, the !point Discord chat. Join up. But very interested to find out what happened to Mark Coyne during that competition yellow. But competition yellow equalizing the field, moves through, gets back on the gearbox of Joseph German, and has been hanging tough this whole time. Now sitting on a podium spot in GT4, and he's not letting Joseph get away. Last lap for him, a 2:18.31. No, excuse me, a 2:18.5. Joseph German, a 2:18.31. But Joseph has had a pretty scuffed lap this time around, so I'm kind of curious to see what the new times are going to be. So yeah, German comes in a 2:20.3 to Mark Coyne a 2:19.2. We got another GT4 catching up right now. Mark Coyne now 3/10 away from Joseph German. This battle for second is really on right now. I believe that is Fennicini. Man, he just parks it. He's not wanting to get involved. Problem is, he mucked up Mark Coyne's exit line. That multi-class racing do be like that sometimes. Yes, the line. Yeah, Mark Coyne is starting. Mark Coyne is a driver who is adapting right now before our very eyes. He's got the good lines. He's staying with it. He's persisting. And we've got an hour and 3 minutes off the clock in this 90-minute race here for round 2 at Road America. We're watching the Sports Car Series on Twitch TV, Track Limits Racing. If you're interested at all in being part of the show, just check us out on SimGrid, !SimGrid on chat. Yeah. Man, Ethan Hamlet is in another world, and his last lap was a 59.7. Man, can we just talk about Ethan Hamlet for a moment, folks? This guy, round one was already a statement at Laguna, but man, this is just nuts. Like, Ethan is seriously in the wind right now. Yeah, this guy here is on a grocery run. A 90-minute grocery run. But let's talk about second place right now. Anthony Anderson, no slouch. Fastest lap for Anthony Anderson is 2:01.02. Currently hanging back 14 seconds, but has a 3-second gap on Jaden Ledbetter right now. So we've got 2 Track Limits Racing sandbaggers on the podium right now with 1 Coral Cove LMP3. And Mark Coyne has caught back up to Joseph German. It is now 7/10. Pulling for Mark Coyne to turn this fight on here in the final stages of this race. Seeing Retro Coffin in the pits. Hopefully that's not for damage. He does have 17 off tracks. That's not enough really to trigger the drive-through. We're going to wait and see. He is now moving. Yeah, 25 minutes of fuel to get to the end might be what was on offer for Retro Coffin in the Coral Cove 395 machine. That is a good question. And the GT4s are running on 60%. They do not have 100% fuel. LMP3s have 68%, and GT4s have 60%. So I'm curious if we're still going to see another stop out of both classes, with Retro Coffin kicking it off with the undercut, 4th in GT4. And there goes Joseph Kronk through the GT4 field right now. Also going around the outside of Mark Coyne as he lines up for the inside of Canada Corner. He's going to get that done. Traffic just seems to be catching Mark Coyne at all the wrong places. Looking right now at the data real quick, because I'm trying to figure out where our next real fight's going to start to heat up. Mark Coyne really holding on to the back end of Joseph German, not letting him go. Mark Coyne is really desperate to get the second place finish here at Road America. Gian Cardoso now half second on Joseph Kronk. Last lap from Gian was a 2:02.25. Last lap from Joseph Kronk was a 2:05.6. So I'm pretty sure Gian's going to step around Joseph here in a minute. Oh, a little bit of a lockup from Kronk on the exit. He moves over. I think he's going to let Gian go. Get to Canada Corner and, or not Canada, Corvette, and Gian's going to move up into 7th. Gotta try and put some times down to see if he can catch Finicini. Meanwhile, Trevor Jackson, 5.16 seconds back from Brandon Pfeiffer. Last lap from Trevor Jackson, 2:88. So there is definitely a story here from Trevor Jackson about learning this track, learning the car, learning the setup, and starting to execute on it. And he might actually have time to catch Brandon Pfeiffer before the end of this race. Brandon Pfeiffer last lap, 2:01.81. Plus, I still think we have pit stops. I really, truly do think we have pit stops. Now, we've got 30 laps on the books for Ethan Hamlet right now. I'm kind of curious how many laps 60% of your fuel tank's going to get you, or 68% is going to get you. Yeah, he has. Jaden Ledbetter now 1.12 away from Anthony Anderson. Best of the rest still up for grabs here at Road America. We are moving into the final phases. 1 hour, 9 minutes and change off the clock. Mark Coyne, 4/10, now 3/10, getting ready to go into turn 1. This is the part of the track that Mark Coyne seems to do quite well with the AMG. And it looks like Joseph has got a little bit of rear end rotation happening. Now, just because we see the fuel low level limit on the dash doesn't necessarily mean. Yeah. So here, look at his line into turn 5. Chris pointed this out to me. Really taking a wide line, getting the exit, but look at the acceleration from Cayman out of the corner. Retro Coffin is in the pits again? Oh no. Oh dear. He's only sitting on 18 off tracks. I don't know if 15 is the drive. Yeah, it looks like a drive-through actually. He's just going straight through. Sakame into the pits. Is he going? Now he looks like he might be going to his box. Is he trying for an undercut? Is he going to try and set up an undercut? Or no, is he getting a drive-through? What has happened? Yeah, he's going to the box. So he's going to get some fuel. Try to get to the end of this race. Again, kind of curious what the lap limits are on a 68% fuel tank. Now, that's going to shove Sakame to the bottom of the LMP3 field. But the question is, if more fuel is still necessary to get to the end of this race, what sort of undercut figures can Sakame do, especially if he had to take tires? Doesn't look like he took tires. He only was stationary for 11.92 seconds. And here goes Mark Coyne into the box, probably going to get some fuel. Never take tires? Yeah. Yeah. Dude. Can we have a conversation about Ethan Hamlet? A 59.36 last lap. This man is still finding time. This man is still... Ladies and gentlemen, we are watching a person who is still sharpening their skills on track. 18 seconds ahead of P2. Jaden Ledbetter now 8/10 behind. Brandon Pfeiffer's in the pits now. Okay, so if you would do me a kindness and focus in on Sakame real quick, because what I'm curious about is Sakame going to jump Brandon Pfeiffer in the pits or not? Because Brandon Pfeiffer's in the box right now. We're watching the counter as he does the pit lane travel time. What I'm interested in is what is his actual pit box time relative to Sakame? Because we're... Yep, Fennicini into the pits. So here we go. We got the stops from the LMP3 field starting to pick up. Here's where the action is going to start to decide how this is all going to work out or not. So we've passed the 11-second mark. 12.95 seconds for Brandon Pfeiffer, and he is going to be coming out probably more than 54 seconds. No, Brandon Pfeiffer comes out 53.8 seconds. Pit lane travel time, spent a little bit more time in the box, but manages to get it done and get out in front of Trevor Jackson. So Trevor Jackson is going to leapfrog Fennicini. So he's going to keep that spot. Jaden is all over Anthony Anderson. So now, did the big brain fuel strats that Jaden was talking about in chat, are they going to come to fruition or not? Because we got 4/10 right now. Pretty sure we're going to have to see Anthony Anderson go into the pits at least before the end of this race. We're almost at 15 minutes left in this race. Joseph German into the pits now. So Joseph German, the extra pit stop did not necessarily help him at all. Both of them are going to go around another lap. I'm also kind of curious if Anthony Anderson has been saving fuel because he's not catching Ethan. One lap more of fuel, but that is if Anthony hasn't been saving because he's not going to catch Ethan. Because I'm kind of curious now. Yeah, Jaden does get to do the save because he is in the draft. He can just kind of just wait Anthony Anderson out now. It's just a matter of, is waiting Anthony Anderson going to happen in the next 15 minutes? I think the answer is yes. We're going to see. So Trevor Jackson now going to go around. It looks like Kronk. Here in a minute. Oh, a little bit. Oh, he's trying to let Sakame around, but it's tough. Yeah, I don't know if he was trying to let him around. I think you're right. I think he was just slow on it. Corner exit. Yeah, it is spicy out here in Road America. Elkhart Lake. Elkhart Lake is getting hot. Trevor Jackson now into turn 3. Is he going to take the inside corner? He is, and he's going to get around Kronk. Now Gian Cardoso in the distance. Gian Cardoso ended up leapfrogging Sakame with that pit stop, and he is flashing, and that is terrifying. Oh, that's Jaden's flashing. Oh, Anthony's off. Anthony's off. Oh. Down the start-finish straightaway they go. I think Jaden's going to have the move done. Anthony slots back in. Both these guys. Oh, Anthony does have a look. Anthony does have. Oh, they are side by side. Yep. I think he's going to get the move done. Jaden's going to slot back in. Are we going to see him go toe-to-toe again? Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. I'm thinking Anthony might have just a little bit of pace in hand. Just a little bit of pace in hand on Jaden. It's just a matter now. Is the fuel move that Jaden did, is that going to be enough? Yeah. So here they go into turn 7. It's heating up in LMP3 category. This is for second. Because first place is gone. They're 22 seconds ahead. They're almost an episode of Family Matters away. And that's a TV show that happened before most of you Gen Zers out there were born. You can look it up. Yeah. Well, he's 2 seconds faster than these guys because they are going toe-to-toe. So to be fair to them in their pace. Anthony Anderson wide at Cannon Corner. I think those tires are done. And if there is fuel to be had, if I'm Anthony Anderson right now, I am going to either follow Jaden into the pits, or if Jaden doesn't go into the pits, I'm going to escort myself to the pits. And both these guys look like they've got it. Wait a minute, leader in the box? So Jaden's going to take the lead? Jaden takes the lead. There goes Anthony Anderson around Ethan Hamlet. What has happened here? These two still have to get. There's no way they're making it to the end. No way. And Mark Coyne, with that pit stop, with Joseph German having to take that third pit stop, Mark Coyne has now moved up into second in GT4. He's 5.6 back from Adam Willey. Talk about a recovery for Mark Coyne. Like, I would love to have been a fly in the cockpit of that AMG when he lost the front end during the competition yellow. I really want to understand a little bit more about his mental state. Like, what was he doing? Was he hyping himself up? Was he like, it's not over, there's still time, that kind of thing? Or did he feel like it was gone? And he was just like, I'm going to get the car repaired. I'm going to get it back out on track, and we're going to let it be what it is. Turns out, did Adam just like lose it in turn one? He got a lot of the dirt on corner entry into the first corner. He's not out of it. And let's talk about it from the perspective of kind of like what I'm seeing in terms of like where Adam could have done a little bit better. We're talking about a 59.62 pit lane travel time to a 57.88. So he's leaving over a second on the table for Mark to just scoop up and chop into that lead a little bit more. Last lap from Mark was a 220.0. We're going to see what is going to happen with Adam Willey. He's dealing with LMP3 traffic. It might not work out the way that he had hoped. Both P2 and P3 in. Yep. Let's see how this works out now. So Jaden up on Jax first. Actually, neither of them going up on Jax. Both of them going for just fuel, it looks like. Jaden's already burning rubber to get out of the box. And Anthony Anderson, 11.67. That is huge. That is a massive deficit. Very interesting that a three-stopper was faster than a two. That is fascinating. Two of them were under yellow. I count them as a three-stopper because you're still losing some time under yellow. You're not losing the same amount, but you're still losing. Like, take it from the perspective of by the time they went into the pits together, it was all relative to one another because they were all behind the same safety car at the same time. Even if you lose, like, say, I don't know, 30% of a pit stop, or you save 30% of a pit stop while under yellow, he still has to take 270% to get back out on track. It's just the question is the fuel, the time he saved with the fuel, still better than is his 140% with the fuel saving still better than Anthony Anderson's 70% without it? I am trying to math with chat. Everybody's just going to be like, what is this guy doing? Like, it is definitely that. It is definitely that moment where people are just like, huh? Anyway, 122.50 on the clock. Anthony Anderson now going to have to put his foot down and really try to catch Jaden. He's really going to have to try and get with it. What did he end up doing on his outlap? So Jaden had a 26.13. Anthony Anderson, a 28.44. Not really working out in his favor right now. Yep, it is the 2 extra seconds in the pit stop. You are correct. Yeah. It is definitely starting to heat up here at the end with less than 7 minutes on the clock. Anthony Anderson's running out of corners. He's going to ask himself, like, what was it about that strategy? How did a 3-stop strategy end up beating you? You know, that's the other thing too. That's the other thing too. You take into consideration the 2 off tracks that he had. He's definitely got more than 2 seconds missing from the puzzle in that realm. So yeah, and if he lost more than 2 seconds, let's just say he lost only 2 seconds, he's still coming out of the box and racing Jaden to the line. His pit stall was in front of Jaden, so he's if all things being equal on the pit stop, he's racing Jaden to the line. It's a different story. We know that Anthony Anderson knows how to defend. We know what he can do to slow down another driver if he needs to get his elbows out. Man, this race has definitely had a little bit of everything. Got some pit stop strategy. We've got some recovery drive. Mark Coyne, seriously, what a recovery drive. Adam Willey has not put a foot wrong this entire race. Now, we talk about Ethan Hamlin. He hasn't put a foot wrong. That's because he's evolved past having feet. The man just flies around. Like, he doesn't even touch the ground. But Adam Willey, still mortal like the rest of us, but still faster than me by like a country mile. And I live in the country, and I know how long a mile is, so I'm a good judge of that. And GT4 field is very close to one another, relatively speaking. All in the 17s, all within a half second, like you said, Chris. Like that's some good stuff. That is some. German, that extra pit stop, I think, is catching Joseph out a little bit. I think German does have some damage. He has had a moment. There has been a boo-boo. Retro, I think, got a shot at getting around German for P4. Going to try and push the Coral Cove crew as high as he can in GT4 category. Would it be? Oh, yeah, he's P3. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a podium right there. I completely forgot about that. German's going to have to get those elbows out. So, ladies and gentlemen, Ethan Hamlin has punched into the 58s with a 58.95 last lap. This man is he just like phasing through matter at this point? Like, do we have confirmation that he is in fact driving around the course? I'm going to have to we're going to have to definitely talk about, is he burning oil? Like what is happening here? Does he have a double diffuser? Like, the man's got 4 off tracks this entire race. Has not put a foot wrong in the pit stops. His pit lane travel time was a 51.68. A 51.68, almost a second faster than the next fastest person in the pit stall. Like, that's like, this man just, he's cracked. Doesn't do anything wrong ever. Yeah. It is. Yeah. That is crazy. So now we got the Coral Cove machine, 395, chasing down the number 7 track limit sandbagger Cayman. Ah, man. Retro really wants it, and Joseph goes super defensive into turn 8. And we are going to be white flagged here in a minute. Is that white flag right now? but keeps it together, has a Brown moment. But man, he's got the line into the chicane now, and Retro's going to have to find his way around into turn 13. I don't know if he can pull it off. Under braking now. German taking the normal line. So now, yeah, now down the start-finish straightaway. German's already lined up on the inside, giving Retro the draft. Retro's going to get right up on his bumper, moves out of the slipstream into turn 1. He does have the lead on corner entry, but the wider line does not pan out for Retro Coffin. A little bit of a tail slide from Retro. Oh, no. Maybe. He's in front of Gian. And is that Ethan? Getting ready to take checkers? I think he's going to take checkers. Ethan Hamlet, man. From another world. If anyone ever wanted to know what it's like to travel through time, you got to ask the guy behind the steering wheel on that car. Retro is really pushing, and it looks like Jaden Ledbetter is going to seal the deal. 1/10 of a lap left. 6 seconds. I don't think Anthony Anderson's got any kind of miracle he can pull out. I think Jaden Ledbetter is going to take P2 in the LMP3 category. But let me tell you, this is heating up. Retro on the outside. Drag race going into Canada corner. It is getting spicy. There goes the squeeze. Are they going to touch? Oh, and there's the touch. And the front end's gone. Oh, over the bump. That is not how they wanted to end it, I am sure. But man, was that a show for the folks at home. Joseph German going to come across the line in a provisional third. I'm pretty sure that one's going to get a review. And there goes Retro Coffin across the line, and there is Sakame finishing in 6th with Gian Cardoso, I think, coming across the line in 7th. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is 90 minutes of Road America. Round 2 is in the books for the sports car series here at Track Limits Racing. That was a good show. What'd you think, Chris? There was some good racing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I definitely want to start off by saying, for the folks that hung around for the entire stream with all the technical difficulties and stuff, you are legends. You have my love and admiration for doing that, because that definitely sucked not being able to technically do the stream. And Chris coming in with the assist, definitely up for the Heisman in my heart. Chris Turner from New World Sim Racing, putting on the show for us, and then letting me pipe my overlays in so we could call this race. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it was
Jaden,
an absolute.
That was muted on purpose, so Will could broadcast.
Yeah.
I was feeding him information into his ear, but I didn't want to be taking over his.
Yeah. I really appreciate it. 10 people tuned in at the end of this race. Really appreciate the support. Really appreciate all the people coming to watch these guys do the driving. And that's the important part here. Like the part that was so disappointing was that I was really sweating that people were not going to get to see a good show. And they got to see a good show. And that's what matters. So if that sort of thing matters to you, if you like multi-class racing, if you like iRacing, if you like the LMP3, if you like GT4, or you just like racing with cool people, definitely give. Adam Willey has decided. Adam Willey, ladies and gentlemen, has broken the rules and is now pulling the car into the off-track area to celebrate with the fans after taking a win in GT4 for Coral Cove. Adam Willey, first win of the season. He's got to be super happy about that. And there goes Mark Coyne with a second place finish after an amazing recovery in the AMG. Again, what a show. What a show. I don't have anything else I can really put into words about it. But we're going to leave it here. I want to thank you all so much for being a part of the show. I want to thank everybody who participated. Again, this is Track Limits Racing Sports Car Series Round 2. We're going to be back with Round 3, and hopefully I'll have the technical issues figured out by then. You're probably just going to have a really abrupt cutaway when the stream comes to an end. But thank you all so much for being a part of it, and we'll see you next time. Feel free to cut it whenever, Chris.